The world's biggest honeypot, the world's biggest casino, the world's biggest scam. What is it? It's America, where people from all around the world and the ones that were born here unintentionally bet their hearts, their minds, their souls, their time, their morals, their values, their integrity, and the majority lose to the house every single time. Look at the culture. What is it based upon? It's sexualization of the youth. Look at the financial system. What is it? It's fake. The money's not even real. The Fed is a third-party institution. We don't even own our own currency. It's a joke. It's laughable. Have things got better in the past 60 years? No, they've got 4 times worse. In the 1960s, it was 4 times easier to afford a house after adjusting for inflation, 4 times easier to afford gas, 4 times easier to afford food, 4 times easier to afford basic commodities like wood. And what do we have now? We have 1,000 times more production. The economy's 1,000 times bigger. The technology far surpasses what we had back then. Now we have the internet. Now we have computers. Now we have robotics we didn't have back then. We have AI. We have automation. And as the economy's grown and as the technology's increased and as the amount of production has increased, the average person's living standard has shrunk and continues to shrink every single year. And there's more drugs in the streets. There's more people that are mentally ill. There's more broken families. There's more broken hearts. There's more broken souls. People that have lost the understanding of what it means to be a human because they've sold their soul to consumerism. Because in the society, the highest ideal of what it is to be a individual of value is an individual that produces large sums of money. But it doesn't matter if you're a good person. It doesn't matter if you have values. It doesn't matter if you have integrity. And we promote this through influencers and celebrities that have no integrity, that have no morals, that have no values, that are two-faced, that are double-sided. We live in a society where a great role model for men right now, and this is no hate because there is good stuff that comes from the dude, but you have to see the other side, is Andrew Tate, where he talks about the problems of modern culture and degeneracy, but then he sells OnlyFans, and he has OnlyFans models, and he literally profits off of the weakness of people and the weakness of men and the weakness of women in this situation. How can you look up to someone like that, dude? And that's our highest figure right now. And then we have just clowns like Aiden Ross and Neon and all these other people that are on this influencer sphere that literally everything that they do is just about getting another view. And then you go to the music and it's like, what is the music pushing? It's like, oh, if you're a real person, then you're killing, you're stealing, you're lying, you're fucking a ton of bitches, and you have no loyalty and you have no morals, and this was done by accident. No, it was done on purpose. They've funded this because whether you see it or not, there's an agenda that is against me, it's against you, and it's against the common individual. They want you to hate yourself. They want you to hate your neighbor. They want you to be lost. They want you to be morally corrupt. They want you to be ignorant. They want you to be sick. And they want you to be mentally ill. And that's why they poison the food. And that's why they poison the water. And why they poison the air. Why they poison the media. And they only push influencers that have nothing to offer, to actually offer any solutions. And they keep you distracted through those influencers. And they keep you distracted through baseless politics when all these politicians are owned. I'm telling you, look at where the money goes, bro. It comes from the same source. Just as I was telling you, the Fed, it's a third-party institution. The government doesn't even own it. It's called central banking. They've controlled shit for thousands of fucking years, dude. Even back to Rome, the central bankers understood that if you control the currency, you control everything. Because through the money, you can control the media, you can control the politicians, you can control the laws, you can control everything. You can literally, you have complete control over the minds of the people when you control the money. Because you can craft a whole reality for them. A false reality, what they call the Matrix. And they can make you believe that this is the real reality. But it's not, dude. The real reality is you've been lied to, and that the Matrix does have a lot of truth in it because they have these humans that they're just harvesting energy from, and that's what this is. This system is built off of harvesting your vitality, your soul, your mind, your heart, like I said, your time, your morals, your values, your humanity. And that's why there's no one in these spaces that says real things like this, like me, that actually has integrity, because that's not profitable to the system. That's actually very bad for continuing this system, because if people like me were speaking and I had a following that was actually to some degree, then one person is all it takes to start a fire, dude. And they say that you can't change the world as one individual, which is untrue, because it's always been a small group of people that have changed history. That's why we hear stories of these individuals that did change history, but it's like the individual can't change history. It's the message that they preach. It's the words, the fire in their heart that leads to other people that causes a revolution. So me, myself, I might not be able to alone do something, but if people work with me, or if my message is able to catch on to something, then it can. But even right now in my mind, I'm just formulating these feelings that I have, into words. And a lot of this stuff is hard to express because it's so complex, and this situation is very complicated, and it's also